Hello everybody, welcome back to Neen Green. My name is Nina, I am your worst theatrical resource, and this week's video, I was about to say it's my favorite annual tradition, in which it is an annual tradition for me, it's not an annual tradition for this channel, and that is making my end of the year cast party / Halloween costume. If you haven't been keeping up with my last two videos, I have been working at a big Halloween festival / haunted house, haunted attraction, whatever you want to name it, since 2021. At the end of every season, of course, we got to go out with a bang, so we always have this big end of year cast costume party, and it's my favorite. I love it. And because I work in a place that is entirely made up of creative individuals, be that professional makeup artists, professional costume makers, tech people, you name it, many people, jacks of all trades, very creative. That means that my costume has to go big or go home. Anyway, end of my first season, there was no theme for the party, so I dressed up as the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. If you want to see me put that costume together, scroll to all the way down. It was one of my very first videos. Had very fun time putting that costume together. Last year, they decided to introduce a theme to the party, and so last year's theme was fire and ice, and that meant that I had to be half the snow miser, half the heat miser. I mean, I just find a lot more thrill in sending myself on a wild goose chase for costume pieces rather than like looking up Mrs. Maisel costume and buying one off like Etsy or something. This is the theme of this year's party. I'm glad you didn't ask me, or you thought it to yourself. Glad you asked. It is favorite album cover. Now, when they announced the theme at our like first day of training this year for the haunt, I was like, okay, all right. The artists that tend to be my favorite artists don't really do a lot of spectacular album covers. And I mean, if you think about it, there's tons of musical albums out there that I don't know anything about. The second that they announced that album cover was the theme of this year, I did have an album come to mind. An album that is going to make me sound really cringy and maybe a little bit of a faker. And if you read the title of this video, or if you were paying attention to a 1-second moment in my last video, you know what album I decided to choose. That's right. That is right. We're doing Black Parade, baby. Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. Here's a conclusion that I have come to about myself recently, most recently after I decided to do this costume. So during the height of like emo, Roar XD scene, whatever you want to call that era of time, and I am sorry to the people that were in the thick of it, and I may be mislabeling. So around that time, which to me, I see it as like the early 2000s, I was a young child. In 2006, when Black Parade was released, I was in I was in second grade. See, the thing is, when I told my best friend that I was going to do the Black Parade album cover for my costume, she started making fun of me. She was like, My Chemical Romance? She was like, do you even listen to them? Are you a fake fan? Oh, you like My Chemical Romance? Name 3 of their songs. Well, now I can. And I could before that, too. Because here's the thing.
When I was in 5th grade, one of my close friends from grade school became obsessed with the emo movement. My Chemical Romance, Green Day specifically. So, a lot of the information I know about them comes from her. And that was in 2009 and 2010, right? So, I'm not a fake fan, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry for that like 2-minute interruption of me defending my choice to be the Black Parade album cover for Halloween when I technically don't have a claim to MCR, but I actually do have a claim to MCR. I have known about the Black Parade for years.
Because my friend would talk about it all the time. I know who Gerard Way is. I know who Gerard Way is.
So here's what I have envisioned. Okay, so there's me, the human being. I am wearing the black band jacket. I'm wearing the marching band hat. And I'm wearing a short curly white wig to invoke, I'm a skeleton, so I have, white head, the skull's white. But also, this is an homage to Gerard Way's Black Parade look. And all love and peace to Gerard Way. I do not want to wear a pixie cut, so I have come up with a different hairstyle. Hope you're okay with that, Gerard. And I've got skeleton gloves. I have skeleton tights because I am a skeleton. I'll wear shorts to make it cute, to make it sexy. And then I will wear black boots. Then I will hold the band scepter thing. And on the back of the jacket, I will put the album track listing. Makeup, I will be doing pretty skeleton makeup. I might think about making the cheekbones kind of like the one that the skeleton on the actual album cover has. That's really it. Whatever I wear under the jacket's not going to matter. No one's going to see it. And then the track list. Because here's the thing about the Black Parade album. That track list, it's not just like tracks 1, 2, however many there are. Oh my god, it's me being a fake fan again. It's, you know, it kind of looks like a newspaper. To get the ball rolling, the first things that I ordered for this costume were skeleton-like tights and what I am calling the Gerard wig. And the Gerard wig is a very important part of the costume. I also bought some makeup at Spirit Halloween, so let us unbox this. I'm playing with this wig. I'm a little nervous to open it, as in I don't want to undo it yet, but here she is. Oh, here she is. So at a different point, I will really take this thing out of its netting. I don't want to mess with it too much right now because the wig head is, I currently don't have the wig head here. It's exactly what I figured it looked like though, if you can see that. The skeleton, here's the skeleton tights. Yep. This is what they are. That's what they're gonna look like on my legs. I am taking a break from my very productive Monday because the coat, the jacket, because it's a jacket, got delivered. That wasn't as smooth as I thought it was going to be. And also, you probably should not open boxes towards you. That's not a good idea. And it's a mistake that I often make. Okay. Oh, this is a different material than I thought. This is nice. This is nice. I have to try it on now. Try on? Where did it go? It's over here. I do not know if this closes. If it doesn't, oh, yes. Wait, yes. Oh, these are buttons. Once again, proud of myself and my thrifting abilities. And by thrifting abilities, I mean Depop search abilities and not giving up. So here's what we need to work on. Got the jacket. Right, and it really is perfect. It is a band jacket. It's got a design on it already. But if you know the album cover, you know that the skeleton on it has elements of gold throughout, especially because when you think of like a marching band, a military jacket, they've always got that shoulder decorations, which this does not. Keep it like the album cover in the best way we can. On the album cover, the skeleton, he doesn't have a ton of shoulder decoration as he has those two little gold swoops that go around the shoulder like this. Even though I bought this chain to kind of have like a ribs effect on the chest part of the jacket, I think that I have to add a little bit on the shoulders as well. I'm gonna try and pin these into place and then sew through each chain link. That should work, right? I've got the first piece of the chain pinned. I don't think that this is enough. So I'm thinking that probably if we do 2 pieces of the chain per shoulder, then it'll look a little bit more. And they're pinned into place so I can make sure that they are as like even as I can get them. The hard thing about this jacket is it's obviously not tailored to my body, and so it is a little bit big. And as fabric moves, you know, it bunches, it pulls. But again, this is for a Halloween costume I'm wearing for one night. So it doesn't have to look super amazing. We just need a bit of gold on this all black jacket. Update. There we go. Little shoulder thing sewn on. So we cut 2 strips of 15 inches of wire. Thank God that the wire cutters the bolt cutters that I have, that they cut. This is the upside to having a grandpa that is a retired carpenter. I could have cut 30 inches and split them in half, but I would have had to do math either way. Now that we have 2 pieces of gold chain, I'm gonna put the jacket on to lay it back on the other side of my shoulder. Of course, the hardest part is about making them somewhat even. This is why I don't sew in real life, because the measuring part would be the part that kills me. See, you can already tell like they're not that even because this is just up a little bit further, and the way that it falls is a little bit different than the way that this one falls. I'm gonna fiddle around with it a little bit more. All right, so here we are. Got the second side sewn on. They're probably not a little even. This is where, in the back, the sewing didn't go as well, but the effect is there, and that's all that matters. So what's next to figure out with this jacket is whether or not a chain rib effect is going to work. I'm thinking we're going to have to do downward hanging ribs because the upward hanging, I just don't know if we're gonna get that effect, but because of the weight of gravity, the downward might be the way to go, especially if we do downward ribs in line with the decoration that's already on the chest. Like, do we get bigger as you go further? I just got out of my lesson and I'm about to go to, where's my moisturizer? I am about to go to this big costume store that we have here in Philly that is open all year round. I went here last year to get my stuff for my Heat Miser and Snow Miser costume. It was like mostly makeup and little things. I can't find my moisturizer. Anyway, so what I'm going to look for today is the band hat, see if they have one, and some makeup stuff. That's really what I'm going for because I think I have everything else for the most part. Okay, I made it. Oh, things are 50% off. That makes sense. It's November 9th. I'm back from the costume shop. I just got a couple more things of cream makeup because the only, makeup I'm really going to be needing, like color-wise, is black and white. And I got some silver just for some effect, and any other type of makeup I have here at home. Couldn't find a band hat, and I just didn't feel like spending money on a scepter because I know that I could probably easily make one here myself. So I didn't need to spend money on that. We're gonna attempt to do, here's the band jacket again, the ribs effect on the chest. I'm nervous about wasting the chain. That's the biggest thing I'm worried about because it was, what, $10? And my student loans, I always forget about them coming out. Hopefully, I figure something out. Should I be listening to My Chemical Romance while I build this costume? Because I wonder, like, if I listen to My Chemical Romance by building this costume, will I also create a cultural phenomenon that leads to the downfall of a popular American talk show host? Do we think that's possible? I think that the way it's working at the moment is, so the first two chains, these two ribs, they are pinned wide apart, and then the two under it are pinned closer together, and they'll get closer together as it goes down. So at this moment in time, that's what I'm just going to keep doing. Pinning or cutting and pinning. Rib sewing. What time is it? 10:19. Hello again. It is Monday, November 13th. The party is on Friday. Yes, Friday. Oh wow, for a second I thought I needed to have this ready by Thursday. I don't. That's nice. So, all of the rib chains are officially sewn on. I tried it on. One of these is getting caught somewhere. Which one is it? It's this one. They're not, are they like entirely even? No, because I am not a trained seamstress and am left-handed and kind of was just sewing this to get it done. But I'm proud of the effect. Like when I tried it on, it does resemble a rib cage, like just a little bit. I have some chain left. Now the next phase of this costume is getting the wig styled because haunt is finally over. My haunt wig is being soaked so that I can put it away for the year, and now I have the wig head free again so that I can style this white wig that I will be wearing to the party. So next is putting the track list on the back of the jacket, and what I'm the most nervous about for this is I bought letter stickers and I just don't know how well they're going to stick to the jacket, because what I don't really want to do for this, I don't want to hot glue stuff to the back of this. This is a very nice jacket, and I mean, who knows when I'm gonna wear a band jacket again. So I'm 2 tracks in, and I already know that I'm probably gonna need to use fabric glue for this because I'm already afraid that like the second I pick this up that these letters aren't going to stay on. So I'm going to have to run to Michael's at some point this week to get them. So I've decided to pivot for the time being because if I don't have fabric glue, I don't want to keep wasting the stickers. And if I have to go back to Michael's to get fabric glue, that's okay. Wow, hair just drifted across the camera. So let's pivot to the wig. So I probably filmed this in a different part of the video, but we can do an official wig unboxing now. So here it is. It's supposed to be a white Hollywood wig, but I know I'm gonna have to finagle with it just a little bit. One second. Now I'm bald. Here's the wig in all of its glory. See, it's very small. It's not like the wig that I just used for Haunt all season. All right, let's just see how it looks. No. So my hair is not in like a full wig prep, so it's a little tight, but this is going to need some styling. First of all, I despise middle parts. Getting my trusty rectangle box light, which I've been using as a wig stand instead of buying my own. Hello again. It is Tuesday. Party's on Friday. I went back to Michael's after work today. But before that, last night, put the wig in rollers and the finger wave clips and steamed it. I might let it sit for one more day. I don't want to take it out and have the style fall too early before the actual party. My Michael's trip was successful. That's the wrong bag. Here we go. So first, I just picked up another thing of some letter stickers just in case I run out of them. I didn't get fabric glue per se, but I did get rhinestone adhesive, which adheres to fabrics, and I figured that these stickers I'm using are closer to rhinestones than they are to fabric on fabric. And then I picked up literally this thing so I could get this singular gold Christmas bowl for the scepter, as well as black ribbon to make the scepter, and this thing to be the feather of the hat. Now that I have adhesive, I can get back to doing the track list on the back of the jacket. So here we are. So I had to go to the hot glue. The adhesive, it just wasn't working. It said it was good on clothes. I should have just done the hot glue from the start. Maybe I would have been, I just didn't want to get the hot glue strings all over this thing and just like, but here we are. The hardest part is this design on the back. It's like I'm trying to stay within line of it, but then certain song titles are so long that I have to just kind of break it. But, you know, we're getting there. It's like I have all of this part of the back panel. Here I am. Later tonight. Oh, they're blurred out. At 11:39. And the track list is on the back of the jacket. All 141 letters. All hot glued on. So here's just a pan. Obviously you can see there is some wonkiness, especially when I started running out of E's and H's and A's. Now, if you couldn't already tell, I used this last year to be the heat miser / the snow miser, and that is why it's got ribbons around it. It originally was a ceiling fan extension pole, but my family doesn't need it, so it has now become my costume piece. Also, the band hat came in. Please be bent into place. This looks way too big for my head. All right, no, that's fine. There we go. So the entire ribbon doesn't cover all of it. This looks like a giant magic wand, but I mean, it's going to be enough for people to get the idea that it's a black scepter. I mean, if you slide up and down it, it looks a little, some of the white spots are showing, but let's get on with these things. There we go. Scepter. It's done. So here's what we did with this thing. Ooh, and it's falling off. It's falling down. My head's too small. So, with the Christmas feather, whatever this is supposed to be. It was gonna look too silly if I put it on the front, and as I opened this hat today, I figured that I could probably stick whatever the feathers, I guess that's what these things are, in through the top. So because the top stitching was so flimsy anyway, I just cut it open and glued them to this part, and I think it's good. It's the effect that you want. It's pretty tall. And there we go. We are T-minus 1 day until this party. So what I want to do now is check on the wig to see how it looks. And if I don't like how it is at the moment, I'll try and restyle it for tomorrow. Because it's been sitting here for a few days now with it sitting in the curlers like this. So we're going to undo it and then we're going to try it on. I feel like it kind of looks like I beheaded Phoebe Bridgers. Here it is, all out of the curlers, like all out of it being set. The waves turned out better than I expected, so I'm glad that they held. I haven't done a lot of like brushing out or spraying yet because I'm gonna put the thing on now, put the wig on now, see how it looks, and then try it on with the hat. Do you know what I hate in like comedy or TikTok videos is when people throw wigs over their head like a towel. Okay, here we are. Oh, you can't see. Here we are with the, oh, the feather gets out of frame. Good, that's what we want. I feel like it's still, it's a little outwardly fluffy. I do kind of look like the Mad Hatter. I do look a little bit like George Washington, but I did send it to my friends and I was like, okay, is the effect reading? Do we think that the people I'm gonna be with are gonna understand that I'm like kind of referencing the fact that Gerard Way had white, like bleached hair during the Black Parade era? Is that going to read? And does it read that this is supposed to be like a cuter, like Hollywood, like bob instead of the pixie cut, and not that like I didn't get a pixie cut wig? That's the most important part. So I first just wanted to start with, I look like I should be in a Star Wars prequel film at the moment, but I'm going to start with primer because I do want this stuff to stick to my face. And because of the quality of the makeup that I have, I think that I'm going to mix it with my actual foundation so that it goes on in like a better way. Not that I want to use my hand, but I really need to like even out. This is getting very streaky and cloudy. I think I'm going to set this layer with powder and go over to, oh god, I look terrifying. Okay, hello. I can barely move my face because of the amount of white paint I put on it, but cheap white paint. Oh my god, I look so ridiculous. So I have moved on to shaping the skull eyes. I'm still watching like TikTok tutorials on that though. Hopefully it turns out okay. All right, we're finished. I don't think I can do anything more. Well, you know, I'm gonna put lashes on and then I'm gonna get changed. It's because I have to go pick up my friend. Okay, it's not bad. It's not awful. It's good. Put our boots on before we tied up the corset. Okay, you know what? It looks better. It looks better with the completely white face. Good choice on my part. Good choice on my part. All right, we did it. We're dressed. My gloves aren't on, but that's because I had to press record. Oh, here's the boots if you can't see them. There's boots. Here's the coat, finished coat on. Here's the track list on the back. I'm also wearing skeleton earrings if you can tell. But I'm gonna go to this party now. Hello, it is after midnight now. The party is over. Fared pretty well. Have to say, people loved it. They loved it. It was a hit. I thought there were gonna be a lot of people dressed as Black Parade, and I think I was the only one. And one of the best parts of the night is that when they played Welcome to the Black Parade, and I ended up in the center of the dance floor, a place that you often don't find me. No one tells me to do this for a costume party. I literally could do absolutely nothing. I could show up like looking cute, but there's just something about getting a party theme and then wanting to just kind of gung-ho for it. If you made it this far, this is the end of the video. It's best to just end it here. Thank you for watching. I upload new videos every so often, mostly about performance stuff. Costume things like this only come every so often. So just like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.